One of the biggest things here is that we don't just train athletes, we don't just have high-level people competing and training hard, but it's the average person that comes in to try to become better, to become healthier, to become fitter. We have some really amazing clients actually that come here with some really big challenges, and they are some of the most inspiring people that I've ever met. So Raymond is one of our clients, came to us about, I would say about a year ago, maybe a year and a half ago. Raymond is extremely inspiring. Raymond came to our club after having a major accident and had a life-changing event happen to him. And he's just someone who constantly motivates me and inspires me. He works hard. He's probably the hardest worker in the room, in any room that he goes into. He's someone who's training for the Olympics. And it's just an amazing story. And Jay is his coach, and Jay does an amazing job with him.
I met Ray probably about close to 2 years ago now, actually, because he came in the gym a few months after his accident with my cousin Drew, who was actually his wrestling coach. And I mean, right away Ray wanted to work. He wanted to move, he wanted to do as much as he possibly can. You know, and we could tell right away that he had something in him that, you know, I don't think he figured out yet what it was, what exactly he wanted to do, but, you know, we knew that he was going to strive for something great, whether it was, you know, being an adaptive athlete in CrossFit or where it went, which was with the sled hockey, you know, and, you know, when he came and said to me that that was his goal, to be on the sled hockey team for the Team USA, I mean, for me, it was like 100% I wanted to work with him any way I possibly could.
My name is Raymond Diaz, 22 years old. About 2.5 years ago, I was involved in a car accident while I was changing my tire. Some guy fell asleep behind the wheel and crushed me behind the trunk of my car as I was reaching for my tire. Immediately following that, my ex-high school wrestling coach brought me out of my house and got me involved in the gym, and this was the first place where he brought me. Almost immediately following the accident, I got involved in adaptive sports right away. My sport of choice was adaptive ice hockey. Since I've been involved with the sport, my goal right away was to make it to the top and make it to the Paralympic team, represent the United States. Just had my first tryout a couple months ago, and I just made it to the United States developmental team, which is one step below making it to the Olympic team. And I credit that whole thing to this gym and to the great people that's been involved here. I've been working with Coach Jay here, one of the personal trainers. He's had a big background with ice hockey his whole life he's been playing, and it was a match for both of us. It only made sense for us to work together towards achieving my goal of making it to the Olympic ice team. We both learned a lot from each other. You know, he teaches me a lot, not only about working out, but also with, you know, concepts in hockey and some of the things he's learned in his experiences playing. And even with some of the other coaches, everybody's always got some piece of advice, you know, whether if it's about a particular movement or sometimes if I would be down or something like that, for whatever reason, you know, there's always people around to, you know, help boost my confidence. And you know, it's just a great community here. You know, everybody's always here, not only for me but for each other. I realized that right away, and it's kind of why I stuck around, and that's what I enjoy a lot about this place.
You see people here who one day may not have the courage to walk in or go on a treadmill or walk into the weight room, to seeing them now helping people, you know, who were in the same shoes they were in, you know, months earlier. So it's a big family type of gym. Everybody looks out for each other. People look to help each other. So it's just a really good vibe for the whole.
We go about what they can do and their abilities, and if we see that they have the ability to progress and push on, and we see that, we'll try this, we'll try that.
When I see someone come in here and actually train super hard and get results, it doesn't matter whether they're in great shape, it doesn't matter whether they can compete ever in their life. That inspires me, that makes me want to go work out hard.
My name is John. I am 73 years old. I asked Jay Quinn to be my trainer about 2.5 years ago because I saw many of my friends my age who were walking around with canes or with guts out to here, bad backs, bad knees, and I decided I did not want to become like that. At the time I signed up with Jay, I had a balance problem. I had many falls, tore my rotator cuff, got 17 stitches over my eye, and since I'm training with this young man, I don't even trip anymore.
For a 73-year-old man, I mean, this guy's doing things that people in their 20s can't do. And, you know, it's for me, it's awesome working with him. It really is. And, you know, he is an inspiration, and I use him as my #1 example with every single person I talk to about personal training and what you can and can't do and limitations, because every day he proves that, you know, there are no limitations. It's all here. It's if you're willing to try and, you know, push through the trials and tribulations. And that's one thing that this man shows every time he's here is just keep living and keep doing it.